Now, what if I told you in the 2016 election in the United States of America you had more choices than just Donald Trump of the Republican Party and Hillary Clinton of the Democratic Party? Wouldn't that just be grand? Well, the thing is, you do. You have the third parties. You have Governor Gary Johnson of the Libertarian Party and Dr. Jill Stein of the Green Party. Now, you're either aware of those candidates or you're like, who is Jill Stein and Gary Johnson? The thing is, they're third party candidates, so you don't really see the media talking about them. You don't see them talked about much on CNN or Fox News because they're the establishment networks. They talk about just Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, or Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton. They talk about the scandals, the corruption behind those candidates, but you never really hear much about Gary Johnson or Jill Stein. Now the thing is, the general election is coming up very soon. There are going to be debates with there's going to be some pretty serious debates between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Now the thing is, Dr. Jill Stein and Governor Gary Johnson can participate in those debates. The thing is that there's a rule. You have to have at least 15% in the polls in order to be in the debates. Now, Gary Johnson, I believe, only has 11% at the moment, so he is definitely getting there. By the way, at the moment, since Bernie Sanders is no longer in the race, Gary Johnson is actually the most preferred candidate by active personnel in the military at the very moment. Pretty interesting. So yeah, he's at 11%, and he just needs 4 more percent. I believe Jill Stein was at 4%, or I think she was rising up. Not too sure, but I would love to see both Jill Stein and Gary Johnson make it into the debates, because people are sick of having, well, do I really want this neoconservative, fake, wannabe liberal Hillary Clinton into the debates, or Donald Trump, who's this also corrupt, buffoonish billionaire who's also a demagogue. You got a criminal and a buffoon. People would like to see some serious candidates. People would like to see a doctor in the Green Party or a beloved governor from the Libertarian Party. People would love to see a rational debate between Jill Stein and Gary Johnson, as opposed to the yelling and screaming and the debauchery that's going to be Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong, it would be entertaining to see Donald Trump go, well, Hillary, what happened to those emails? Or Hillary going, well, Donald, what about this? And it would be funny. I know those weren't the best impressions, but that would just be hilarious. But it's also really scary when you see that either Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton can be running the United States of America. They could be holding the position of the most powerful individual on the planet, the commander-in-chief of the U.S. United States military. So as funny as it is, this is a very serious situation. So if you can, just spread the word of at least Gary Johnson, because you guys know that I love Bernie Sanders, and I threw my support behind Dr. Jill Stein right after Bernie Sanders was out of the race. I mean, technically Bernie could still become president if Hillary were to somehow no longer be in the race, and I guess the second most, the candidate with the second most delegates manages to be in the position. So Bernie theoretically could still become president, but that would take a miracle. But anyways, but unfortunately it looks like without a miracle, Dr. Jill Stein might not make it into debates. And if you don't make it into debates, there's a significantly lower chance that you'll become the president of the United States. But the thing is that the casual audience of these news networks, they're going to be sitting there going, okay, who am I going to vote for? I heard some bad things about Hillary, I heard some bad things about Trump. Who am I going to vote for? I'm going to watch these debates. Could you imagine their mind when they see this third candidate, Governor Gary Johnson, if he just manages to squeeze a victory and make it onto the debate? You have these two people who are extremely disliked. They have high disapproval ratings. And then you have this guy who's not disliked. He's actually beloved, and he's actually saying rational arguments and, great political ideas. Wouldn't that just be amazing? If Gary Johnson makes it into the debates, he will be the next president of the United States of America. Don't get me wrong, I want Bernie Sanders, I want Dr. Jill Stein. I would love if the rules were changed to whether or not you have 1% or 100% in the polls, you get to be in the debate, but unfortunately that's not the reality. Quite frankly, I want this video to be a request or at least, I want to help the good fight and fighting for open opportunity and open dialogue, a clear platform for any candidate to be able to debate. But if that cannot happen, then at the very least we need to spread the word and hopefully get both Dr. Jill Stein and Governor Gary Johnson into the debates. People are sick of just these two decisions. They do not want to hear the Republican Party's point of view and the Democratic Party's view. We want open dialogue across the board. And at the very least, spread the word, tell your friends and families about the third party candidates. And if we keep pushing, we can just barely make sure that Gary Johnson makes it into the debates. That would be absolutely amazing, because then we wouldn't have to worry about a Trump administration or a Clinton administration again. This has been Riley playing with Cookie, and I'll catch you guys next time.